Imagine being 13 years old. You are leaving your country, your friends, your school, your home, and almost everything you know because someone on the other side of the world believes you might become special. Not good, not promising. Special. You are small, painfully small compared to the other kids. You have a medical problem that could stop your dream before it even begins. Your family does not have unlimited money. Your future is uncertain. And yet somehow, in the middle of all of that, a football club in Spain decides to take a risk on you. That boy was Lionel Messi. And the crazy thing is, even that sounds too normal because Messi's story is not just the story of a talented kid becoming a superstar. Football has seen that before. Messi's story is about a boy who looked physically impossible on paper, then spent the next 20 years making the impossible look normal. Before the trophies, before the Ballon d'Or, before Barcelona, before Argentina finally lifted the World Cup, before millions of people argued whether he was the greatest footballer who ever lived, Lionel Messi was just a quiet kid from Rosario. And at first glance, he did not look like the future of football. Lionel Andres Messi was born on June 24, 1987 in Rosario, Argentina, a city full of football, full of noise, full of passion, and full of kids who dream of becoming the next Diego Maradona. In Argentina, football is not just a sport. It is memory. It is identity. It is pain. It is religion, without officially being religion. And Messi grew up inside that world. He started playing as a child with a local club called Grandoli, coached by his father. Then he joined Newell's Old Boys, one of Rosario's biggest clubs. And very quickly, people saw it. Wait, Messi looks like this at this age. The ball stuck to his foot. That phrase gets used a lot in football, but with Messi, it almost felt literal. He didn't run after the ball. He moved with it. It was like the ball was attached to him by a string only he could see. Other kids tried to dribble. Messi flowed. But there was a problem. He was tiny, not just small for a footballer, small for his age. Doctors diagnosed him with a growth hormone deficiency, and treatment was expensive. Without it, there was a real chance his body would never develop enough for elite football. Imagine that. The greatest footballer of his generation almost didn't become a professional because his body couldn't grow the way it was supposed to. This is where the first major turning point of his life happens. Barcelona noticed him. The story has become football mythology now. A young Messi travels to Spain. He gets a trial. He plays. The people watching realize very quickly that this is not normal talent. This is not just another kid with quick feet. This is something else. Barcelona agreed to bring him to La Masia, their legendary academy, and help with his medical treatment. But let's not romanticize it too much. This was not a fairy tale where everything instantly became easy. Messi was a child moving to another continent. He was shy. He was far from home. He barely spoke. His family had to make sacrifices. And inside Barcelona, he was entering one of the most competitive football environments in the world. He began to separate himself from everyone. At La Masia, Barcelona teaches football like a language. Pass, move, think, receive, scan, control the rhythm. Understand the space before it appears. For most players, this is education. For Messi, it became a weapon because he already had the instinct. He already had the dribbling. He already had that strange ability to move through defenders like they were badly placed traffic cones. Barcelona gave him structure, and when instinct meets structure, something dangerous happens. By the time Messi reached the first team, the whispers were impossible to ignore. In 2004, he made his official debut for Barcelona at 17 years old. He was small, quiet, long-haired, and looked almost too innocent to be standing among grown professionals. Then the ball came to him, and suddenly nothing about him looked innocent anymore. Messi's early Barcelona years were full of flashes, the kind of moments where you could feel the stadium react before the move was even finished. A drop of the shoulder, a defender falling the wrong way, a burst of acceleration so quick it looked like the footage skipped a frame. Then came the goal against Getafe. If you know, you know. Messi picks up the ball near the halfway line. One defender comes, then another, then another. He keeps going. He cuts inside. He enters the box. He rounds the goalkeeper. He scores. It was almost a copy of Maradona's goal against England in 1986. From that moment, the comparisons became impossible to escape. In Argentina, being compared to Maradona is not like being compared to a former footballer. It is like being compared to a national myth. Maradona had given Argentina the 1986 World Cup. He had carried the country emotionally. He had rage, charisma, rebellion, genius, chaos. Messi had the genius, but he was different. He was quiet, almost shy. He didn't perform for the cameras. He didn't speak like a revolutionary. He didn't seem interested in becoming a symbol. He just wanted the ball. Then Pep Guardiola arrived, and this is where Messi's career stops being great and starts becoming historic. Guardiola looked at Messi and saw something more than a winger. He saw a player who could break the entire structure of football. So Messi moved centrally, the false nine. It sounds tactical and clean now, but at the time it was devastating. Defenders didn't know whether to follow him. Midfielders didn't know whether to press him. Barcelona became a machine. Xavi controlled time. Iniesta controlled space. Busquets controlled danger before anyone else saw it. And Messi controlled the ending. He scored. He assisted. He created. He humiliated defenders without looking like he was trying to humiliate them. That might be the strangest thing about Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo looked like a superstar built in a laboratory. Tall, powerful, explosive, obsessed with domination. Messi looked like a kid who had wandered into the wrong match and accidentally became the best player on the pitch. But there was nothing accidental about it. Season after season, the numbers became stupid. 30 goals, 40 goals, 50 goals. Then 2012 happened. 91 goals in a calendar year. That is not a football statistic. That is a glitch. At some point, Messi stopped competing with normal players and started competing with history itself. He won Champions Leagues, he won La Liga titles, he won Ballons d'Or. He became Barcelona's all-time top scorer. But while Barcelona was paradise, Argentina was different. And this is the painful part of Messi's story. Because for years, with Argentina, everything seemed to go wrong at the worst possible time. He reached the 2014 World Cup final in Brazil. Argentina were so close. One match away, one goal away, one moment away. Germany won. Messi walked past the World Cup trophy without touching it. Copa America finals, defeats, penalty shootouts, criticism, pressure, the same question again and again. In 2016, after another Copa America final defeat, Messi briefly retired from international football. The greatest player in the world, broken by the weight of his own country's expectations. Then came 2021, the Copa America final, Argentina against Brazil, in Brazil, at the Maracanã. If you wanted to design a dramatic final for Messi, you could barely write it better. Argentina won 1-0. Messi finally had his senior international trophy. That night, something lifted. But the story still wasn't complete because there was one mountain left, the World Cup, Qatar 2022. Messi was 35 years old. Realistically, this was the last chance. Poland, Australia, Netherlands, Croatia. Every match felt like another chapter in a movie that was becoming too dramatic to be real. And then came the final, Argentina against France. Messi against Mbappe. For most of the match, Argentina were perfect. Messi scored, Di Maria scored, Argentina led 2-0. It looked like destiny had finally decided to be kind. Then Mbappe happened. 2 goals in 2 minutes. At the end, when Gonzalo Montiel's penalty hit the net, Lionel Messi became a World Cup champion. Messi lifted the World Cup. After that, he arrived in America and instantly changed the temperature of the sport. Tickets exploded. Stadiums sold out. Celebrities came to watch. Inter Miami went from a struggling club to a global name almost overnight. Lionel Messi did not just play the game. He bent it around him. And when the story of football is told 100 years from now, there will be a before Messi and there will be an after.